Darius, how we doing?
Blessed and highly as always. How are you?
Doing well, doing well. If anyone's got any questions for Darius, go ahead and put in the chat. We'll get started with George Bremer.
Yes, I think it was after the 2019 season, Chris Ballard said he wanted players to hold each other more accountable. That was one of the keys to success. That clip from Hard Knocks with the Zoom call, is that part of that process?
Yeah, of course. I feel like, to be a good team, you got to have leaders, not just, hold players accountable, but, hold coaches accountable too. Me, I'm a competitor. I'm a true competitor. When we talk about persona, that maniac, that guy's gonna bring out the best or try to bring out the best of everybody. And, some people can't control it. Some people don't like being pushed. But if you want to be anything a part of, anything that I'm doing, I'm gonna hold you to the same standard that I hold myself to, and that's very high. And if you don't like it, you can just go somewhere else or do something else. But I'm gonna hold everybody accountable because whenever that time comes, I'm gonna do my job and I gotta be that leader for everybody else. And that's just my mentality that, I got to be the best for this team. And, I just try to tell the guys the same thing. I want their best. I don't want them to do anything extra. I don't want them to try to beat another person that they're not. Just give me the best version of you to help this defense or help this team win. And that's all I ask you for. Give it 110%, nothing else, and we good to go.
Mike Wells.
Hey, Darius, on Hard Knocks, we've seen, obviously you've gotten a lot of camera time and, we've seen how competitive you are. On the other side, when Carson's on the sideline, he seems to have kind of that same competitive juice about, wanting to win, getting the job done, scoring touchdowns or whatnot. What have you learned that maybe some people don't know about Carson by being his teammate this year?
I'm just, like you say, how big of a competitor he is. No matter what it is, he want to be the best. It's a small thing that he does. Like you see in the Hard Knocks when, JT ran a little swing route. JT tells JT, hey, running like this. It's just a small thing, that he wants to be great at. And, I just feel like in the offseason, that's where it started at him being a leader. Whenever we couldn't meet together, he's got the guys on the outside, throwing balls and everything, trying to be the best version of himself. And, it's just like, when your back's against the wall and nobody believes in you, you want to be the best guy on the field, to shut the critics up. And I think that's what he's trying to do. And I think that he's doing a good job at it.
Kevin Bowen.
Darius, first, what's the little maniacs on your hat?
That's my ticket blocks. I try to give back in any form of fashion. And, this year I started the first time, giving unprivileged kids, tickets to the football game, every home game. And, the name we came up with was Little Maniacs. And, it's just good to kind of see them in there, being able to come to a game that sometimes, you think that they probably can't. So just trying to be that good, giving that good experience, that's something that they can talk about for the rest of their life.
Nice. And then my other question is, obviously you weren't in the building all last week, but how would you compare the sense of urgency last week, win and get in, to now where it's win and get in, and if you lose, there might not be another week?
Me personally, I just feel like, yesterday practice was, way better than last week's practice. I feel like last week was last days ago, wasn't focused. And I think this week right here, we locked in. I felt like defensively, we played with a lot of energy yesterday. We had a lot of turnovers. So hopefully we can do it in practice. We can translate it to the game and come out of this thing with a W, and let's, make a run in the playoffs.
Lara.
Darius, as much as this week is about winning, beating the Jags, getting into the playoffs, how much do you also remind the guys of, we didn't fight, we didn't claw our way back from an 0-3 start, we didn't beat the Patriots, pull off a Christmas night win, beat the Bills, all of those things, to have this end now?
I tell them all the time, don't get satisfied with what you did. We haven't did anything. We don't have a playoff spot. For 4 years we've been here, we haven't been past, round two. So I just don't want guys, to fall into the trap of, when we was 1-4, everybody talked down on us. And then once we went on that run, everybody started praising. I feel like people felt like, they was accomplished and, we did something. It's not even that, So I just let them know that, you get one opportunity. It's hard to get into the playoffs and it's hard to win in this league. So we got to make sure we can control what we control. That is just playing good, sound football on all three phases and just dominate and be the best team that's out there on the field.
Thanks, Darius.
All right. Thank you for your time, Darius.
Yes, sir.